It's a good thing I'm not a betting man because House of the Dragon would have cost me a lot of money after the disastrous final episode of Game of Thrones, an episode so bad it tainted the entire series for many viewers, myself included. I genuinely believed the franchise was dead. With the flagship series ending on such a disappointing note, I thought any spin-off was destined to fail, with audiences likely to reject it in disgust. House of the Dragon Season 1 has already made that viewpoint look rather foolish, and new ratings for the premiere of its second season have definitively disproven my doubts. The Game of Thrones love is very much alive, and the epic fantasy series remains a juggernaut. Variety reports that House of the Dragon Season 2 Episode 1, titled A Son for a Son, garnered 7.8 million viewers across HBO and its streaming service Max. While this is less than the 10 million that watched the premiere of its debut season, it's still an extremely healthy number, especially considering that a season-to-season drop is expected with almost all TV shows. These ratings were enough to secure Max's biggest streaming day ever, although it's worth noting that this metric is somewhat unreliable as it doesn't account for the period when the platform was known as HBO Max. Nevertheless, it's clear that the Thrones Empire still reigns supreme and that audiences are in love with House of the Dragon. The highest compliment I can give House of the Dragon is that it harkens back to the glory days of its predecessor, Game of Thrones. While Thrones went off the rails by the end, House of the Dragon maintains a high level of quality. The story it's adapting has been fully told, unlike Thrones, where the showrunners eventually outpaced the source material and had to go off book with poor results. House of the Dragon offers the same compelling mix of character drama, big spectacle, and unpredictable twists that made the original Thrones series a smash hit. It also features powerful performances, with leads Emma Darcy and Olivia Cooke driving the show. Not to mention the brilliant supporting turns from Matt Smith, Rhys Ifans, and Steve Toussaint. This spin-off series has successfully reminded me, and seemingly others too, of what I loved about Game of Thrones in the first place. It has done an almost perfect job of bringing the franchise back into the good graces of formerly spurned fans. Before its debut, I was skeptical, but it has blown my expectations out of the water. This won't be the only spin-off we get either. HBO has confirmed that A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is now in full production and will adapt George R.R. Martin's novella The Hedge Knight. Additional reports suggest the previously scrapped 10,000 Ships series is being revived, and while the previously confirmed Jon Snow series may be on ice according to Kit Harington, it could still return down the line. It's clear that the Game of Thrones universe is set to expand significantly in the coming years. House of the Dragon will be far from the only spin-off we see. Based on the pace at which projects are entering development, Thrones could soon challenge The Walking Dead for the highest number of spin-offs. Before House of the Dragon, I would have approached these series with a high degree of cynicism and presumed them to be DOA. But I can admit when I'm wrong, and in this case, I was well wide of the mark. The Game of Thrones franchise is on course for redemption, and over the next year, it looks set to wipe away any lingering taste from its poor final season.